Hello, everyone. Welcome to Zakulma Podcast. It's Nico here. Yes, I'm so excited to be here as usual. But today I'm just going to say, yes, I just recognize one thing about doing podcast. You don't need 1,000 people to be here. And yeah, so I thought this is my podcast. I'm going to be here. I'm going to talk to you about anything I think that people want to know. So anyway, I'm not going to use that old school introduce myself over and over. I'm just gonna get to the point. So today I'm just looking at how the world annoys me, how the world function, how we do life as well, and about myself as well. So first of thing, I'm healthy today because yeah, I had a banter on Friday. Was there, those nights. Yeah, but did not do anything Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which means it's good. It's good to take care of yourself. Don't worry about people. People are always gonna talk. They'll talk until they drop, so it's fine. Don't worry about that. And what else? Yeah, I was happy to see my friends. They came all the way from Sky and kids and went for the wedding, hang out a bit on the weekend. It's good. And yeah, now I'm just thinking about should I be famous or should I just stay the way I am? Because nowadays I see on the news, my goodness, my goodness. I don't want to go there because I might end up cancelled myself. So I need to be careful that one. Like, yeah, Nico, why are you talking like that? But anyway, I think the world just belongs to all of us. Whatever's happening, we should also have a right to comment, have a right to have our opinion only if you think it's okay. Because I know people now are focusing on the Russell Brand stuff. For me, I'm focusing about on the African refugees that are stuck in Italy. To me, that's something really I want to know. I see the lady from European Union. She went to visit the camp in Italy. I can't remember the name. Start with L, whatever. I was, but no one is thinking. No one is talking about the refugees died with the horrible thing happening in Libya a few weeks ago. They're not being counted. We don't know. No one is talking about what happened to those refugees in camp in Libya when the flood started. Were they in that area or not? We want to know. I want to know. I looked around, I can't find it. But if you know, please let me know. Because I want them to be counted as well as human that died there. Okay? So that's another thing. Um, I'm not interested about British culture of media, social media, what they do, or whatever it is. I'm not involved and I don't want even that to, because there's, according to my own opinion, they're switching each other, they just like breaking each other in pieces. Because Russell he talks a lot as well about politics and find lots of good stuff in politics. But I'm not gonna comment on his uh, case because I don't know nothing about it. So I'm gonna leave that aside. Okay? Yeah. Let's focus on refugees because I'm really interested to see why African leaders do nothing. And I've been saying this for many times because I'm tired about like why they're not doing anything, why they don't do anything, why they do it. And the question is for me like, yes, I'm here in UK for 23 years. I might maybe have a big mouth. So oh yeah, this and that, but you don't know what people are going through. Okay, so every country has a different issues. But it seems like the whole Africa is shifting now. The past 3 years, 4 years, everybody's leaving. It's not for economics. I can tell you it's for safety because there's lots of African countries that are cool, civil war, and all the African leaders will be just coming very brutal. They just come like really serious. I'm from Zimbabwe, for example. If you can look at the elections, I mean, it's not safe if you have opposition. People get beaten, people get missing, you know. So imagine life like that. If you got the opportunity to get out, why not? But that doesn't mean you have to be killed on the sea, on the ocean. I don't think that's the way. So it is sad to watch this. But for me, as a lived experience living in the UK, I, I think we will carry on raising awareness against all the treatment of refugees and asylum seekers in the UK. by the Home Office. Yeah, we should talk about that, because I don't know, the, this government sound in the UK is very stuck in the moment. The elections are coming, they're all over the place, and people need help, and the whole country is suffering. Instead of people coming together, and the hatred goes up. And yeah, racism, I mean to say. Racism is one of those things when we do conversation, no one ever want to talk about. Nowadays, there's more important stuff than racism in this conversation, such as gender and religion, maybe. But racism is no longer exist. People will listen to you if you talk about gender issue, and it's very important. Which means I think every case is very important. Don't get me wrong. Every human being deserves a human right. But if you start pick and choose, then that's where you find problems about people starting to be very, very bad to other groups. And that is my own opinion, that everybody should be looked after. Like, for example, people are like, oh, refugees from Ukraine, they live in super life because this and that. I don't want to go to color of skin, but this problem was fixed by the UK government before the war in Ukraine started, because they are part of it. So they feel guilty and stuff like that. And I'm not saying Ukraine people should never be taken care of. I've been saying this for many times. But I'm thinking, if you really want to take care of all the refugees who are already in your country, do exactly the same for everyone. If you can't afford everyone, so just find another solution. But now things are changing as well. Ukrainian people now have become homeless because the program has finished and it's not working. So it's one of that. But for me, I'm just going to give, this one is for the people working refugees and the service providers, for example. You keep your wonderful work, just keep going, keep doing it. And yeah, it's really empowering to see someone never been a refugee but is working with refugees and is really doing everything they could to support asylum seekers and refugees. That is a really good stuff. The only problem I have about these projects and charities, I said that before, is the funding competition. That is what the problem is. They should just work together, put everything they have together, build up a big man. Yeah, building whatever and work together will be cheaper than actually, yeah. And again, I'm not really worried about who's better, who's not. I think the point is keep helping people is the best thing. As I said, today is just me talking because, as I said, I find out this podcast belongs to me, and if I don't have a guest, I'm not gonna just wait for 1 year or 6 months until someone comes up. Yeah, Nico, I'm on the podcast. Hey, let's talk about it. No, I can talk by myself. I can pick up things. I can update people what's going on in this world. And I think that the problem is on a podcast nowadays, people, they want to see videos, talking to some people like YouTube and stuff. I understand that. But if you're really, really driving, do you really need to watch YouTube? No, you don't. You have to watch the audio. That's why I'm doing the audio. Yes, I do have a YouTube channel, but it's not that massive, so I'm not really worried much about that because my listeners, they're not on YouTube. I never seen them on YouTube. So today is just like me actually talking, as I said, and updating people what I'm doing. Yeah, I've got some very, very cool projects I'll line up. First of all, yes, I do the comedy every 2 weeks on Tuesday in Glasgow, and this every week if I make it. And then I'm looking forward for Black History Month in Glasgow. I'm gonna be performing there, comedy and hosting as well, and making short videos. And what else? Yeah, there's a lot of courses I'm doing online, on Zoom meetings. Yeah, so I'm still active, by the way. If you don't hear me on the podcast, doesn't mean I'm sleeping. I'm actually doing work. So I'm back again. I want to really get creative again, get involved in other projects, learn more and see what we can do to keep raising awareness and do our best. yeah, I think that's me for today. They always told me, Nico, if you talk for 10 minutes, no one is listening. You should maybe try to talk for 30 minutes. I don't know if that works, because if they don't listen for 10 minutes, how come they can do 30 minutes? That's another one. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, maybe you don't understand my philosophy, is that they say don't ever start with negativity and or end with it anyway. But how do we know that we are entering the negative area, especially when you're angry about something? For example, the treatment of people, refugees. As I was talking about, I'm really worried about the refugees who died in Libya, but we've never been told if they're, how many numbers, who they are, where they're from. No, but I understand it's a very terrible thing happened, and it's difficult as well to work things out when that happened. But it'd be nice, at least those who did lock those refugees on underground, those who put them in detention, they might come forward and explain how many people were there. You know what I mean? I'm sure someone knows something. If you take these people out of the boat and take all their names and second name, you know how many of them and where they went. And if something like that happened, if you're safe, please come forward and tell us. People, they want to know where their siblings went. How did they die? They want to know. So, that's what that they in that makes me a little bit upset. And yeah, so we can't call that negative. No, it's called the reality. You know. Yeah. So as I said, you can ask me a question underneath the podcast. Why made me talk about this today? Because every day I think everything different stuff. And this podcast was actually set up for actually raising awareness on the refugees and asylum seekers issues. And as I said, I respect all the service providers around the globe, those work on refugees. And yeah, it's really nice to see people doing good work. So if you're listening and watching me, please do the same, do the good work, be positive, be nice, because refugees and asylum seekers are human beings as well. And they used to be maybe living better life, better life. But unfortunately, the world changes. Even where we are now, anything can happen anytime. But that's why I say giving love to other people without knowing when you're going to see them again, it's very important. And never let anyone sleep outside your door when you go to bed. Don't do that. And thank you for listening. In Siakluma We Talk podcast is Nico here. So I'll be talking this week. I'm just gonna be coming with the episode. I'm just gonna be come up with some topics, and yeah, I think for me the next week I'm gonna be coming up with something. I normally talk because I look at myself first. What I've been doing the past 2 weeks. What was my life like? Because sometimes this system, home office system, can change your mental state. You can be useless forever sometimes because you don't know what to do. But I always remind people that it's all gonna pass. Just keep doing the right things. Yeah. So we're gonna be talking about bad habits, which means I'm working on them myself. So keep watching. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching again. And you can follow us on www.wetalkpodcast.co.uk. And you can go to Spotify and Apple, Anchor. No, Apple is Anchor. Apple is it's on Spotify nowadays, and Google. And there's lots of networks you can find this podcast. And share it with your friends and your networks. Thank you.